Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Sakura Exposition. Yeah, but I don't.
Kenta, you must have noticed yourself how light that sword was despite its size, right? It's a blade infused with magic that connects with the wielder to deal swift and powerful blows with ease. Blows! So infused, in fact, that if someone not capable of controlling that amount of magic were to attempt to wield it, they'd fucking die instantly.
Way to go, big boom! The magic will be too much for them to handle. Boom! Well, maybe not explode, but like your dick would at least explode off. It'd be like that episode of South Park. Fucking the one where it's what the fuck is it? Gluten-free Ebola? That one? It would be like that. Like you wield the sword and it'd be like, oh, this is a sword. Oh god. Like that. But at the very least, it being about a messy end. And given that you're still standing after swinging that thing around, it's safe to say you have the potential in you. Yikes. I can't believe there was the possibility of exploding from picking up her sword. What I did back then was even more reckless than I realized. So if you can handle that sword, I think a little sealing magic should be no problem, a wink and nudge.
But then it also means that we have to go to where she's sealed. Taking along the one thing she's been seeking for all these years. It's like going up to a crack cocaine heroin addict and being all like, hey, I can cure your crack cocaine heroin, but I need you to hold on to this crack cocaine heroin for a second. And then you turn around and you come back and then he's gone and all there is just a shit ton of blood everywhere. It'll be reckless. And one mistake will mean we could put the world in danger.
No pressure then, huh? I try my best to keep things lighthearted and force out an awkward laugh, but it's difficult after hearing all of this. To think that somehow I'm both the key to unlocking this woman from her prison and the only thing that can put her away for good.
Tomorrow is our last chance to stop this before it spirals out of control. I think you're gonna have to skip a day of school, Kenta.
Why that face? Huh. I wonder if outsaving the world is a valid enough excuse to miss a day of school. You're in high school, right? Then the answer is no. High school sucks. It's the worst thing on the planet.
That is if you choose to help us. I understand if you don't feel up to it. Maybe we can find another way. Probably all gonna fucking die, though.
But there isn't another way, is there? That's the whole reason you're telling me all this. I heave out a sigh and give my guardians a look over. They've done so much for me in this past week. And even more than I realized behind the scenes. If anything, I owe them this. I swallow hard. I can feel my hands begin to tremble. I might die if I go with them, but who fucking cares? You know, life sucks. But then if we leave it, things only get worse. So, I guess I have no choice here, do I? I'll help with this sealing business. If you think I can manage it. You will? Sayaka looks ecstatic as she claps her hands together. Was she not expecting me to help? Hikari looks equally surprised. Geez, a little faith goes a long way, guys. It's the least I can do after you guys have been risking your lives for me every day. If I finally have a way to help, then I'm not going to waste that chance.
Kenta!
You know, you almost sounded cool there, you fucking dingus. Almost. I think we need to work on your heroine dialogue. Yeah, but that'll have to come later. We have lots to cover if you're going to seal away this Dark Queen, so pay attention. And just when I thought the night couldn't get any longer, yet another lecture begins. Oh, boy. I'm sure it wasn't easy for the pair of them to teach someone like me the basics of magic. Someone who was only just barely was aware of the beware of the magic beware business. I'm not even sure if I've got the steps down. But after hours of practicing, they assured me I've got it down. I won't be able to tell for sure until it's the real thing. That's what scares me. What if they've misjudged what I'm really capable of, and I go up and I'm all like, haha, I'm gonna seal you away, witch, and then I do the magic, and then my hands turn into horse. Like horse meat. I've got chunks of horse meat for hands now, and then I'm like, oh god! Oh! And then they recall my hands. Oh no. Did I mess up? Or there's a whole range of possibilities of things messing up in the day. These are the thoughts that stay with me long after the girls return to their tent to catch whatever rest they can before the morning. The last thoughts I have before I finally drift off to sleep is that the toughest day of my life is now lying ahead of me. Anything? There we go. Is this the last episode? Please, for the love of God, tell me. Actually, no, I need to go back and do Sakura Beach. Fuck. I want to do a new Sakura game. These ones are getting fucking old. I slowly come to my senses. Morning has arrived. There's no time to waste. I slip out of the covers and steel myself for what's to come, feeling more awake than I ever have in previous mornings, which is surprising seeing as I probably got at best a few hours of sleep. I guess the fear of what's to come if I mess up is what keeping me. It was a better motivation than any other. Okay, let's do this. I peer at a pair of determined eyes that stare back at me from the mirror. This is the most focused I've ever been in my entire life. It's funny how much has changed in these past few days, and it's even more weird how I seem to accept it, as if deep down I knew all this to begin with. I slip on my casual clothes and make for the dining room. I find the two girls waiting for me as expected, though I'm caught a little off guard by the fact that they're in their battle outfits. Good morning! Did you sleep well? About as well as I could, knowing what's to come.
Make sure to eat well before we leave. You're gonna need the strength.
Right. Of course. I start for the kitchen and prepare the most simple food I can think of. So I think I forgot to ask this last night when we got carried away with other stuff. But what exactly is this where exactly is this dark queen imprisoned? Huh? Didn't we say? She's just sealed just outside this town. Like literally just outside. You know that sign that says, "You're now entering Akihabara"? Yeah, that sign? Yeah, she's literally 3 feet in front of that. I mean, it's like 1,000 feet under the ground in front of that, but like 3 feet along the surface of the earth in front of that. What? I almost dropped the plate I'm holding. She's that close by? God, doing Sayaka's voice is killing my throat.
Of course. Why else do you think her influence is spreading around here so easily?
I didn't really think about any of that. That's a good point. But to think she's been this close the whole time. No wonder things have been getting progressively more crazy around here. She must be furious. To have the key to her freedom just outside the grasp like this. To be very well, we know she was at least in the area. We didn't pinpoint her exact location until literally just last night. Apparently she's in a forest on the outskirts of town, holed up in some cave at a site. There's a lot of history around this place, I suppose. Maybe the forest used to be part of something greater, who fucking knows? Her old base of operations, perhaps?
None of that matters. We just gotta get in there, straighten the seal, and then our lives should be that much easier.
Are things really just gonna magically fix themselves when we do this?
Well, I mean, it'll shut off whatever power she has on the land. Meaning the monsters will go back to being mindless husks, and things should be quiet down. Should be quiet. And then we can finally go home after all this is sorted. I swear I'm gonna snap if I have to spend one more day at that fucking school. There's this girl, she keeps trying to talk to me. She's like, "Hey, Hikari." And then I'm like, "Oh, hey, fucking Susan." And then she's all like, "Hey, you want to go talk about boys and stuff?" And I'm like, "Susan, fuck." And she's like, "Oh yeah, there's this guy, Darenchi-chan. Yeah, he's real fucking cute, right? I'm gonna cut his hands off and throw them into the river." And then I'm like, "Wait, what?" And then she just leaves. I haven't actually seen her the past few days, but like, I haven't seen Darenchi-chan either. So honestly, I should probably be more worried about that than I am.
Oh, don't act like you're so desperate to leave. I know for a fact that you had some fun time spending with the Kanto.
Don't be so ridiculous. I'm only doing my job. Just like the Nazis said back when World War II was over.
You can't fool me. I'm the fucking gingerbread man. Not when your face is such an adorable shade of red, much like pretty much everything else.
Are we gonna leave now or what?
Sayaka giggles and jabs at her partner's ribs. I suppose it's good that they can stay in such high spirits despite the task that lays before us. Fuck my throat. We set out. I let the girls lead the way as we take the lesser traveled routes through town so as to not draw attention to their outfits. They offered to fly me there as it would be much faster, but fuck it. Working is fine. I'm sure things aren't that urgent. Before long, our surroundings become less urban, the buildings shrinking in number the longer we travel, until finally we cross a fence and into the wilderness. Holy shit, is this a new background? What is this witchcraft? Different? No, it's not true. This is recycled somehow. I know it. Ugh. Ugh. Branches overhead shade us from the sun as we walk across the faint trail laid out across the ground. Only the faintest hints of light that flitter through illuminate the way. I'm beginning to wonder if these girls even know the way as we pass by a tree I swear I've seen at least 3 times before, probably because they keep reusing the background. Maybe we should have brought a map? Well, that just confirms it. We're hopelessly lost. Any tension that might have existed before is sucked away the moment Sayaka begins to scratch her head and glance around the place.
Really? We were clearly told the directions before. How could you forget them like that?
Okay, you lead the way then. What are my fucking recording settings at? They're the same. It just looked like I was peaking a bit, but I guess that's just because I'm loud as fuck.
Fine. I forgot to.
See? Nobody is perfect, even if you like to think you are sometimes.
I don't think I'm perfect. Compared to you, though.
Guys, is this really the time?
Fine. You're right. Let's focus, Sayaka Kukuruka senpai.
And here I thought the ceiling part of this operation would be the most difficult part. Sheesh.
Okay, the forest isn't that big, I think. If we stumble around some more, we're bound to find that cave.
Hasn't stumbling around randomly only made us go around in circles? I fear the sun might set before we even find this darn cave now. I know it won't help, but I joined the parents surveying the land. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for, apart from a cave?
Huh? Something up?
I squint at something in the distance. A cluster of boulders that had caught my attention. My eyes are perfectly drawn there like some kind of magnetic force was at work. I've never been here before, yet somehow it seems familiar. Can we check over there?
Sure! We don't have any better leads right now anyway.
What? We trek over to the oddly suspicious rock formation. I wonder, could this really be it?
What made you want to look over here?
Sayaka begins to poke around the boulders, a hand to her chin. Circling around the cluster reveals nothing too out of the ordinary, but there has to be more. I don't know. I just felt like something was here.
It's just a bunch of stupid fucking rocks, you idiot. We're wasting time.
We should at least investigate him a bit more if Kenta says there's something up. He's connected to that dank queen, remember? He's bound to know of at least a few things relating to her, even if it's only at a subconscious level.
She says that as she raps gently at one of the rocks with her knuckle, one eye closed to better examine it.
Oh! This one seems kind of loose.
Sayaka takes a grip of the rock in question and begins to pull at it with all her might, her teeth gritting in determination.
Some help would be much appreciated.
All right, yeah. I should probably help. It was almost amusing to see her feet kicking wildly in place with the rock refusing to budge. I take up the other side of the rock and begin to push against it with what little strength I might possess. We still don't manage to move the rock. We don't have the... which badge is it? The, I don't know which gym badge it is. At all. With all of our combined effort. And I really am trying here. It certainly does feel loose, though. Apparently not loose enough. I think we could move it for sure if we had one last person were to.
Oh, for crying out loud! We're not going to get nowhere like this. Step back.
Her sword appears in a flash. Hey, wait, we're still right beside it. Isn't it dangerous to She strikes out without any further warning, unleashing a single precise slash that cleaves the rock asunder.
Wah! What are we gonna do in the bit?
Oof. We both fell backwards as the two pieces of rock collapse opposite ways. I feel like my hair might be a little shorter than it was, too, after how close that was.
Hee-hee-sorry!
See? Problem solved.
That's...
She falls silent, unable to argue there. It did move the rock, after all. We both hop to our feet and quickly join Ikari in peering over the results of her destruction as the dust begins to settle. I almost forgot how to breathe in the excitement of it all. Could this really be it? We all gasp at once. I knew it! I'm not sure how, but somehow I knew it! Behind that rock lay a tunnel, behind where that rock lay is a tunnel that trails downwards deep into the Dankness. There's no telling how far it might stretch or if there's anything on the other end. But if someone weren't to such lengths to hide this tunnel from existence, it has to lead somewhere, right?
Is this really it?
Sure feels like it. You can practically see that dankness and evil flooding out of it.
That's really not something you should be saying so happily. She is right, though. There's a foreboding sense of despair as I peer deep into that hole. A heavy tension in the air, as if the sheer presence of whatever lurks down there seems to consume us all. Once we go down there, this'll be it. We'll finally put an end to this madness, and I might finally be able to get some peace after all that this is done. Do I really have the strength to go through with this? To reseal a long-forgotten evil that tormented...
Whoop! Time's a-wasting. In we go!
Hey, wait! Sayaka apparently doesn't have the decency to wait for me to battle out my internal struggles and cuts things short as he plops onto her knees and begins to shuffle into that hole. Its size just about too big for us to fit. Its size just about big for us to fit if we crawl. Just about big enough.
She's right. We can't waste any more time. Come on, Kenta.
Hikari follows after Sayaka, looking somewhat more hesitant towards the whole thing compared to her partner. They disappear into the darkness completely as if consumed by the tunnel. It's scary how little light seems to shine down there. Huh. Hikari's harsh tones sound out from the tunnel, making it all the more frightening. Okay, I'm coming. It's not like the world is gonna end just because I take an extra minute or two to prepare for diving into the heart of evil. At least I hope it isn't. I drop to my knees and shuffle into the tunnel, my world quickly becoming dank as all traces of light begin to fade. Oh yeah, of course the artists make a new asset for the cave. The fucking pitch black cave. Next time,